What's going on, guys? Back in the cage again today. Gonna do a little bit of a video on, we had our last video with the Cat X2 Connect alloy barrel, and we have Lucas is kind of his gamer here, the Rawlings Icon. You do see a lot online. You see a lot of questions always get asked in USSSA. What's hotter? You got alloy or composite, and I think as you get older and older, that's easier to answer. It's pretty much, it's composite. Like, composite is hotter at a certain point. That is true. In USSSA at least. Obviously BB core, that's different. But in USSSA, composite 100% will become hotter than alloy at some point. But what is that point? A lot of people don't ever ask that. They see older kids swinging, drop 5 bats or even drop 8 bats, and the composite starts jumping far ahead. At Lucas's age, Lucas just turned 9. Is that still true? I think that maybe for him, I think composite has started to jump a little bit ahead. But I think for kids Lucas's age that don't swing quite as hard, or kids a little bit younger, alloy might still be a better option for those kids. So I'm gonna get in the cage today, take some swings, see what the exit velocity numbers look like, and go from there. What's going on, guys? Back in the office now again today after taking some cuts with both, a USSSA composite as well as a USSSA alloy. We get this question a lot, and you see it a lot on, your various baseball bat forums, like the Facebook groups and things like that. And you'll see a lot of, I don't want to call it wrong information, but maybe just some questionable information. I think that a lot of people don't realize, a lot of people watch these videos of, either grown men or high school or college age kids swinging USSSA bats, and there's just a massive difference, say, and especially in the drop 5 space or whatever it is, where there's just this massive difference between USSSA composite and alloy. Say the USSSA alloy will be hitting 100 miles an hour exit velocity, and the composite will be like 110, 115, things like that. And that's great. That may be true to some extent at those ages, but even then, you go watch. My favorite one to watch for an actual kid swinging these bats, at least he's now in the drop 5 space, is the Bum Drummer Boys and Silas over there, because he's an actual kid that's swinging a bat that's meant for him. So you're getting some more real results, and every kid's going to be different. What he likes versus what others like, it's always going to be different, right? In the sense that I always go back to one of their videos where they were swinging both the Hype Fire as well as the Icon, and everybody thinks that the Drop 5 Hype Fire is this just end-all be-all bat right now, and it's just so crazy compared to everything else. Well, he hit better with the Rawlings Icon, a good bit better, I would say, and so I think people really need to take some of these videos with a grain of salt, because it's not always the true representation. When you see grown men swinging bats that are meant for kids, and that's not me calling out anybody. That's just the truth. It's just what it is. So we got in there and we swung 2 drop 10, a composite, and an alloy. I think Lucas has gotten to the point where he has a hard enough swing to differentiate the two now, and the results back that up. I'll put the exit velocities on the screen. Lucas obviously swings very hard. He just turned 9, but he has a very powerful swing for his age. He's got a lot of power for his size and age. And on average, the composite was on average higher and had the higher max exit velocity. But once again, take that with a grain of salt. That's not going to be true for every kid. If your kid's smaller, younger, whatever have you, more of a contact hitter, whatever it is, there's a very real chance that the alloy bat could be a better option for you. No break-in required, more durable, and a list of other things. I think that there's a very good case for kids up to a certain age swinging alloy bats. I always kind of chuckle when you'll see on some of these Facebook posts of what's the hottest composite bat, drop 10 composite bat to get my 7-year-old or my 6-year-old, and it's like, well, the answer is not a composite bat, because they just can't compress the ball. The ball's not coming hard enough. They're not swinging hard enough to compress it. You're better off with an alloy. So yeah, I think that it is interesting, and I think that there's a whole ton of misinformation or just, whatever have you out there about all the different bat industry. I think there's a whole ton of groupthink, that you hear it from one person, or one person watches a video and then everybody shows up with that bat next season, or everybody, I think that there's a very real case to be made for still swinging alloy up to a certain age. And, the pros and cons of each. Lucas mentioned that the X2 was a lighter swinging bat. It still felt really good off the barrel. And then obviously what comes with alloy is it's straight hot out of the wrapper. It's as hot as it's ever going to be straight out of the wrapper. It's fine in cold weather. You're not going to crack it in cold weather. You can use it with heavy balls for the most part. Whatever, you might not want to with a 2-piece, but should be okay for the most part. And then versus his composite bat, the Icon in this case, he mentioned that it was a little bit more forgiving. It had a little bit bigger of a sweet spot. It was hotter for him because he has the swing speed to get that compression going. But yeah, and then he also mentioned that it was a heavier swinging bat, so it is going to be harder to control. But once again, guys, there's gray areas to everything, right? The Icon isn't going to be great for every kid. The X2 isn't going to be great for every kid. Every kid's going to be different in what they like to swing, so it's up to you I'm just here to give you all the information that we gather and what feels good for Lucas, what I see after watching tens of thousands of swings, growing up playing as well. I'm just giving you feedback and trying to help everybody make decisions based on that, because there's just a whole lot of lack of information in the drop 10 space. So yeah, as always, guys, it's been great. Like I said, I always answer every question. Like and subscribe. Lucas is hyped to get to 100 subscribers, hopefully soon here. So yeah, we want to get a few more bats in our hands soon. We're gonna try and do maybe some budget bats. Obviously when the X2 comp comes out, we want to get that in our hands. There's a new Louisville Slugger, I believe, supposed to be maybe a month or two away. So we definitely want to get that. anything else you guys want to see, just shoot it in the comments. And as always, you know, whenever you're searching for a bat, you know, do your research. If you want to have questions, ask me. There's a bunch of other guys. I speak a lot with Chad from, you know, the Bomb Dropper Boys guys, and he always helps us get the bats. So if you need any bats, he's a good go-to to get those. And yeah, as always, guys, any questions, let us know, and we'll see you on the field.